Hey, what's going on, man? This is the very first episode of On the Road to the Award Show. So this is the very first series, part one of a series that I just started, and here I have two guests. If y'all can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hey, what's up? This is David with them damn Mexicans, TDM Talk, and all that good stuff. And
I'm Arline, Miss Kiss, tattoo artist, always with TDM.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I'm really glad you guys came out here, and just so the reason why I brought you out here is to talk about how your year went, and
mm,
who stood out to you this year, and that's really overall. And
yeah,
then, like I said earlier, we'll talk about what you
yeah,
got planned. So man, from the jump, you went to San Antonio. Was that this year?
yeah. We did. We went to Dallas first.
Dallas.
We
Okay.
did the Global Latin Factor. Shout out to Crispin,
Mm-hmm.
and we did the canceled show.
Oh, okay.
Same day we went in. Same day we had the whole
Damn.
crew with us, man. Sensu Kika,
Home media
Trap
day.
Visions. Yeah,
Yeah.
we went the same day and came back that night. Did two interviews and came right back. So
Wow.
shout out
Nice.
to Channelia. She's kind of set that up and for us. So.
Okay, that's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what's up. And then what about you went to San Antonio too?
Yeah, that's right. We I think like a month later we went to San Antonio. We did the Puro Pedo talk show. Shout out to those
Okay.
guys, man. They're really cool people. Shout out to Cuban Diva, man. She's the one that invited us to come out with her. She was going out there to promote and perform and do an interview with them. And in return, they were allowed. Well, they allowed that for me to be interviewed on their show as well. So I got to interview and sold a couple of shirts. We had an even bigger crew that day with us.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun. Just working, promoting the brand, and that was one of the goals that I had. For the year. But I know we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. Okay. And then where was it? Pura Cultura,
Oh, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I went
Minneapolis.
to
How
that
did
too.
that go?
Yeah, that was crazy, man. Because I had never really been outside of Texas, other than Mexico and Florida and
Uh-huh.
Louisiana. What else? No, that's it. So going to Minneapolis, then I was flying. I was by myself, so it was like,
Hmm.
okay, this is gonna be an experience. But it was dope. Those guys, Lazy and Smiley, shout out to them. They really showed love, man. They took me around, drove me around town, showed me everything. We went to the lake. Those guys own a
Nice.
jet ski business,
Okay.
and so we went and they were renting out the jet skis. It was dope, man. It was really fun. We got to go to Lake Minnetonka. For any of those that know Purple Rain, the movie, or the Dave Chappelle skits,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's a very historic lake. They're a big lake city, I believe.
Okay.
Got the
Okay.
whole history of the twin. Why they call it Twin Cities. So
Mm.
yeah, it was pretty dope.
Okay. That's nice. That's dope. And man, I know you did so much. You did you had your yearly. I want to call it a festival. Your yearly.
Yeah.
So is that what you would call it, a festival?
I, you know, I think I said this in the J-Vaz interview. Shout out to J-Vaz, Mr. Miyagi. He more and more people are labeling it a festival,
Yeah.
and that's basically what it is starting to become, and
Hmm.
I love it. So yeah, it was an amazing event. You were there, Thank you for
Yeah.
coming out as usual and doing the interviews. It was dope because it was just so many people from everywhere, out there, just regular people. We had artists, we had vendors, 20 plus, 25 plus vendors. Um, it was just an amazing event. Even the rain didn't stop what we had
Yeah.
going on. So it just, we had, Arlene doing tattoos and piercings on the
Okay.
spot. Most of those people were like my family. Everybody. I
Yeah.
looked around, they all got piercings in their ears, noses. I'm like,
Oh
what are y'all
damn.
doing? I thought that was dope. Shout out to my family as well, and man, just everybody that came out because each year it gets bigger, and we're approaching the 5 year anniversary next year. So I'm already planning that,
Yeah.
and that's still a little under a year away, but yeah.
Wow, man. Wow. Well, I don't know if you remember me telling you I sent you a text message maybe like a week or two before the event, and I know there was one guy, Frandy from New York, was talking about coming, and I started thinking, I was like, man, you should make it. Well, I'm pretty sure you have it already in mind, but
Hmm.
really start to get people out of the state more and more,
Yeah.
because I mean, Cali,
This year was the
Phoenix,
first year we had people from out of town. We had Viva Mezcal from Los Angeles, Boyle Heights to be exact. Alex Soy came from Phoenix, Arizona. and Liz Garcia, San Antonio, Texas. Well, she was in state, but I mean from out of the city. Like just when people are willing to travel, they see some. I think that's because they see value in your product and they're willing to come out and it was a success. They were all pleased with it. They were happy with everything, and that's all you ask for.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, I love the event. I love that you have me there. I know I didn't get to be with the crowd because everybody was all hyped. Everybody was there. I kept telling all the artists, I was like, hey, come through, have a little quick interview. And, you know, whenever you get a chance, but everybody was over there. So, but that was still good to see, you know, that was dope, you know, so.
That was me working. I couldn't even go to the crowd. I just heard everyone singing, everybody having a good time.
Sure,
like, shit, I'm over here working.
Yeah, once in a while I was able to sneak over there, but it wasn't for too long.
I wasn't vending, but I was working. I was running around making sure vendors were straight, you know, just networking, talking to, being a true host to an event, you know, like going and seeing my peoples that were pulling up, hey, thank you for coming, and thanking people. I think that makes a world of difference because it lets you know that you really value their time, you know, and man, just shout out to everybody who came, honestly. I mean, it was a couple of hundred people out there for sure, all throughout the day. We even had surprises, you know, Doe Man and Coyote and those guys came out, so that was dope. And then there was people from other events there was other events that same day that actually came out, you know. My guy Semper Fi.
Gatra told me about that other one they had, the Viva Mex.
Yeah, they had the Viva Mex Fest, and he was performing at that one.
Yeah.
And we had Kat and De Jesus performing at ours, so they came to ours and then went over there, and that's dope. I mean, I think when you can do something like that, it's like, man, you just showing love to wherever you know, wherever you can. That's how it should be.
Exactly, I agree. I definitely agree. Man, and besides that, and I mean, you've been having was the talk show started this year too?
Yeah. So we started it, January 5th was the inaugural episode of TDM Talk. We went live for the very first time, January 5th of this year. And we went strong for about 3 months going live, and then we had the you know, where we split up.
Yeah.
And then I think it might have been about a month or two where I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I got with Trap Vision Films and Urban Goods, and we filmed maybe like 6 episodes there, I think.
Yeah, I remember being one of them.
Yeah, well, you guys were one of the first ones. You guys were the only ones that actually had a video.
Oh, no way.
We never got the video for any of the other ones, man, and I mentioned it, you know, no hard feelings, Trap, man. I love you, bro. You know,
but get to work.
I know he might have took it out of context what I was saying on the J-Vaz interview, but it's just the facts. You know, we never got the video for any of the other episodes that we did. We interviewed Lopez, we interviewed Sensu and the whole Dead Forever camp. We interviewed Catra and De Jesus, Hardy Prodigy, Amazing Ike. It was a ton of interviews we did, and we just, thank God I saved the audio from my phone, so they're still available to listen to on Spotify and Apple. That's another thing we did, was able to get on streaming platforms so that people can actually now listen to it as well as hear it. Nice. I mean, listen to it and watch it if they want, whichever they prefer.
Yeah, I think that's dope. To me, I'm not gonna lie, it's more convenient for me to listen to it because I'll be at work, just let it play in the background or put it on some headphones and walk around and shit. But no, that's dope, man. That's dope. I know that was a hell of a roller coaster, I felt like, for yourself. And
it was.
So, do you have a place to call home yet for the talk show?
Actually, I do, man. The first episode that we did was with Corey Reyes. Corey Rodriguez. Shout out to Corey Rodriguez. We did an interview I record now at J-Vaz, with J-Vaz, Mr. aka Mr. Miyagi. You know, we record with him now. You know, we're also. Do you want me to wait on the announcement part? Or?
We'll talk about it towards the end, but we'll get there.
Stop.
So yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I said, you had a hell of a roller coaster with the talk show, and I feel like it is pretty successful. I mean, you're still going strong, you're consistent with it. So to me, you know, as long as anybody is trying, I think that's something, you know.
That's one thing that I always tell people, like, man, when people tell me, man, like, you're doing your thing, bro, I'm like, man, when I tell you this is probably the hardest shit I ever done in my life, it really is, because in anything you do, you have to keep going, even when there's bullshit in life, man. And that's something that, you know, her and I have talked about too, because we all go through it. We all go through issues, whether it be financial, relationship wise, business wise, things always happen, but you gotta keep going. Like, you gotta push through it. I know it's hard. It's easy for me to say, and no, it's not, because I'm telling you that because I did it. You know, I didn't have deaths in the family. I didn't have financial. I done been where I'm broke and I don't know what my, you know, where my next dollar coming from. You know, and because everything goes back into the business. You know, we got the clothing line, the talk show, the events. You know, it's just so much that we got going on. Like, I can't stop. I came too far. I spent too much money and time to just quit.
Yeah, sure.
So.
Yeah, so much energy, so much.
He doesn't sleep.
Hey, I believe that.
You message him and he'll be answering at 3 in the morning.
You know, I think I got his schedule down. I want to say from like 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's when it. No, you're not gonna hear a word from him. But after, I gotta wait till 2 p.m. to text him. So
that's true for the most part. So if you want to reach me, and look, my phone be on do not disturb or it be silent, so you can call you want. I'm not picking up. Yeah. I'm not even hearing it because from 9 a.m. to about 2 p.m. and that's give or take. It could be less, you know, but that's normally when I try to just get my rest. Because other than that, I'm up the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Night, morning. You know.
Nah, yeah. I mean, you do a hell of a lot, and I've been seeing that all this year.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned before in podcasts, you're at events, and then you got your own stuff going on. You have a family, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So
the balance is a key. You know, like one thing I learned how to do this year was say no more often because I get invited to so many events, but it's just me. It's hard. Like I can't be everywhere at one time, but if I can, I man, look, I'm pulling up. Yeah. And especially if I rock with you, you know, I'm definitely coming to support. So yeah, it's just finding that balance. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
I think I got it down.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Yeah, somewhat. Now I feel you. That part kind of happens to me as well. But there are some times I got to think about it. I'm pretty sure you think this too, where it's all like, if I go, it kind of something has to benefit me and something to, or it's either, you know, create content out of it, or even go do interviews at some sort of event. You know, do some sort of work because that's content for you. And then, well, yeah.
That's like when I did the show, the event Riding with My Dogs. It was a car and truck show, a car and dog show. Mm-hmm. I was going just to support. I had booked some of the artists for the event. And you know, I was asked to do interviews, and I was like, well, shit, I guess, you know. Well, she actually wanted me to, I think, to ask you, but I was like, yeah, it's kind of late notice.
Yeah.
So I went to Amazon, ordered me some mics. They came in like the next day, and bro, I didn't even test them or anything. I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go out there, and we just did the interviews. If you go watch the interviews, my sound sounds distorted because I was yelling because it was so loud. The music, there was a truck next to us, big ass truck. He just kept revving his engine. I kept looking over there like, yo, this shit is mad annoying, bro. Like, cut that shit off, man. So I'm yelling because I'm thinking, man, it's gonna pick up the sound. But man, those mics are actually pretty good. They kind of you don't really hear it. So now I'm just hollering for no reason. It sounds like I'm yelling at the artist. Oh, what are you doing? What's up? My bad, y'all. I wasn't yelling at y'all. I just didn't think y'all would hear me.
Yeah. So is that something you're doing now? You can start going to events and doing interviews like that?
No.
No.
I'm gonna say this: yes and no. It just depends on the situation.
Yeah.
On the circumstance. For the most part, if I can, I will. But I don't think I'm in a position where I need to. Mm-hmm. It's just depending on. Now, if y'all want to pay me to come out and get in, we can talk. Yeah, it's a cash app. I look Zelle, PayPal. I got it all. You know. But you know, for the most part, yeah, it's gonna be. I can do that. Or I can come to your studio and do an interview, you know, kind of like, you know, the take it on the road type thing. Like, I think that's a dope idea. And I just want to say I'm proud of you, bro. Like, just from, you know, from when I first met you to where you're at now, and now you're doing this and you're doing interviews. Like, we're both doing shit that we weren't doing when we first started. So, like the growth is showing, you know, so it's dope.
Yeah. And you know what I got to say? You know, I appreciate the kind words, but I like the relationship me and you have. And I like how me and you we're rising, you know, like, you know, a lot of people, they keep friends, and you got some friends that are staying, you know, at the same old, drinking every day, just going home, not doing nothing. And then, you know, you gotta stay with people that are on your level, you know, or at least growing to get up there with you, you know?
You know, we talked about that in my last interview with J-Vaz, you know, about the competition. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, we're friends, and J-Vaz and I are friends, but and every time I see y'all dropping interviews, I'm like, fuck, I feel like I'm slacking. Like, yo, hey, I'm calling anybody. Hey, you want to interview? Like, but it's a but it's friendly competition.
No, of course.
It's dope because I'm like, oh shit, I gotta drop something. Now or I look at what you're doing different. We talked about the mic situation earlier. I said, oh, these are dope. Like, I need to get that. I'm working off iPhone 12 with the back broken and 2 mics off Amazon. So. But it's a constant progression, constantly elevating, so, I mean, that's all you can do, just keep going.
Exactly. No, I agree. Yeah, as long as you keep on going and, try things out and see what works for you and stuff. Sure. So, man, let's see, what else did you do? Man, I saw you at the, unless I'm missing some, we talked about a little bit earlier, the Snow the Product music video.
Oh, yeah, we went to, man, shout out to Nessa. She's the one that hit me up an hour, like, before the fucking video shoot. Yeah, Nessa's she's low-key the plug, really. She's low-key to be the plug without really, she hits me up. Let's go to this.
Nessa Nava, actually.
Oh, okay. Her dude, She was like, let's go to the Santa Fe line and Snow the Product video. I said, when is it? She goes, at 3. Bro, I looked at my phone, and it was like 2 or like 1:49, something crazy. I was like, girl, that's like an hour from now. Yeah. Like, where's it at? So she sends me the address. I'm like, okay, I think I could make it. Fuck it, I'm going to go. Yeah. We pulled up. It was hot as hell that day.
Damn.
But I wasn't the star that day. It was, my partner in crime right here.
Yeah, why is that?
Yeah.
But, she was in the video.
I was also working, and it's just like, hey, they need girls for the video, this and that. I'm like, dude, I'm actually, like, in the middle of a session, because obviously I was tattooing, and she's like, I don't
Somebody
care.
got, like, a half tattoo, like, half their hand.
No, I did finish it.
It's like half their face. I'll come back and do it next week.
No, I did finish it. She just went and picked me up. I was like, girl, I need some fucking lipstick, something around here, because I was just, like, in my normal clothes and shit.
And it was dope, man, just meeting them, and they were just so cool. We got to, take pictures, and she was in the video. So if you go look at the video, she's in there. And it was just a great experience, man, because they were really just, down to earth. I caught so much heat for it, because it was like, why didn't you invite me? Because they were either Snow fans or they were Santa Fe, fans. And, I know the hell I didn't know you loved Santa Fe.
Yeah, same over here. Like, hey, why didn't you tell him to say hi? I'm like, dude, you barely, like, he was busy. Santa Fe
and it was
busy. It was hot. Snow was cool, too. They were taking pictures. They did videos for us or whatever. But it was like they would mention our name. Like, we weren't going to drop all the whole list, but...
And shout out to Barf.
Barf?
Barf did his thing with that video. I had heard about Barf some years ago. Yeah. No, I'm lying. Adrian Angelo was the one that told me about Barf. And I was like, oh, damn. Like, and then I saw his work, and I'm like, this dude's, pretty dope, so...
Yeah.
Barf used to owe me my videos.
Damn. Now, I'm familiar with Barf. I know Slim told me he used to do videos for Bo Bundy, so... Yeah. That's how I know him.
Bo Bundy ended up showing up later. Like, I was way gone. I was at home cooling off, and, and I'm like, damn, Bo Bundy was there, We just saw him in Dallas. We went to Dallas. That's another thing we did this year. We went to the Red Bull Batalla in Dallas, Someone couldn't go. I'm not gonna say who.
I have kids. I have a family. I have to balance out.
You put him in the luggage under the butt.
No, I wanted to take him actually, but like it's kind of hard because you never know what's gonna happen at La Batalla. Like I've been to them in Mexico, and it's kind of like they can get crazy. So.
No, this one was dope, man. Like it was very professionally done. Shout out to Red Bull Batalla, Cuban Diva again. That was the plug. She was the one. They sponsored a charter bus for us. We saw Bo Bundy. I ran into Peso and Doe Man. Shout out to them. We got to chop it up a little bit with them, and it was just a great experience, man. So, man, like that's why when you say like, what else did you do? I'm like, damn, I don't know. Look, it's a lot, bro. Like, even if I wrote stuff down, I'm sure there's stuff I forgot because from all these events. We were just at shout out to Anime Super P, aka Super Maze.
Super Maze.
Yeah, we went. She co-headlined with Amanda Perez.
I saw that
this past weekend, and we got to sit there. VIP,
nice.
Watch it. Up front in person, and I got to meet her. We chopped it up, took a picture. Still waiting on my picture, bro. No. That's why you ain't seen me post nothing. Like, we just calling out. We came to call out people today.
No,
Nah.
I can say I'm proud of Anna's. I just commented her video, and it's really nice to see people.
Oh, she tattooed her. She.
Oh, no
I
way.
tattooed Anna's.
What'd
I
she
feel
get?
so important now, special.
Should
I
have
also
blogged
did
it.
de Jesus'
What'd you tattoo on him?
a name like right on the back of his neck or behind the ear, yeah. And Anna, she got some tattoos on her. Was it? On her like front part of the wrist, and then she got another one like a band-aid with a flower and the word amor over here. Badass.
And when I say Anna killed it, bro, like she performed right before Amanda did, and she tore it down, bro. Shout out to DZ the Don, man. He did his thing. When I got there,
Oh, you performed too?
he was performing, and he had the crowd lit. I mean, you would have thought he was fucking Drake or Bad Bunny, because them girls were, giving him their phone, and he's all like, man, shout out to him. He did his thing, man.
Wasn't there, but I saw everything on Instagram.
Yeah, so.
Shit, that's dope. That's dope. Anything else you can think of that happened this year?
Man.
Too many.
I can say what's up next. Sunday, December 3rd, the Toy Drive.
Oh.
Yeah, hosted by Cuban Diva, and it'll be at the Spindle Tap Brewery.
Man, I'm trying to think. Like, I know we did the. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was thinking of like all the White Oak Music Hall events.
Yeah.
The Crash Landing one, Choppin', Chicano Vega, and the Tillo one. All three amazing concerts. I mean, those guys put on a hell of a show. I went with Tillo to the Cali HTX thing.
Is that 97.9 The Box?
Well, Kiati.
Yeah,
Shout out to Kiati. They had Monday music. I forgot what it was called, but anyway, Tillo ended up winning $5,000.
Nice.
Yeah, he did a hella show.
They
They call him a Backstreet Boy.
Yeah, they're like, what in the Mexican Backstreet Boys just... Because, Tillo and them, they get to dancing, they choreographed, and, I mean, it's dope. It's dope, man. Shout out to him and then Eric Harleston, man. Those guys, what they do is different, but it's amazing. Keep doing their thing.
Hell yeah.
There's a bunch of other stuff. I could talk about that. I guess aside from all of that, the traveling that we did, the talk show, just different things like that. All those were just brand new experiences because those are things that we didn't. That in the prior 2 years I hadn't done. Yeah. But I set aside like. One thing that I started to do, and I'm sure some people do this, they write out their goals, and I started doing that last year.
That's what I was going to ask you next. I was going to ask you, so did you complete your goals that you had for this year, and is there some goals you didn't get to this year?
Yeah, there's I did the traveling, we started the talk show, the clothing line, which we already kind of had, but one of the goals was to grow it and expand it into more, and we started we got bucket hats, beanies, hoodies, how do I not know this? Trucker hats, of course the shirts,
help them
colors.
Out.
We got the Embrace the Culture tees.
I'm gonna call him out because I don't get anything. I always ask for shit and I never get.
Look, I totally forgot, man. Well, I didn't know.
No, I get it because he's busy. I know.
Yeah, I forget. She don't remind me either. So then she reminds me when I'm already there. Yeah. It's like, okay, I'm already here. You could have told me this like before I left. I do got your shirt though, by the way. Not today, but.
Oh. I was like, yeah.
My bad.
See, I could have worn it right now, but.
Yeah. She's like, I could have called him out, and then she called me out. It's okay. Yeah, and just the growth in general. Like, there was a couple things that we didn't get to do that I thought we would do. One was, I don't know if I want to say it. Fuck it, I don't care. They ain't me, shit. So. One of the things that we wanted to do was create an animated series where like the TDM members were cartoon characters.
Oh, okay.
And we were gonna make like an actual series about it, and then another thing we were supposed to do was get into the film industry aspect of it. I have 3 scripts that are ready to go.
Oh shit! These are movies.
Yeah, these are actual movies. They're short film. They're shorts, but they're films, and it's not your everyday. Life in the ghetto, I sold dope and now I'm a gang member. Like these are actual stories, these are actual, there's plots to them, and it's only like some of them are only like 5-10 minutes, maybe 7 minutes. But man, if you read these scripts, you're like, damn, that's a dope ass story. I can't wait to do it. I just gotta find the right crew to film it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to look like some shit we shot, you know, with a
iPhone.
with an Android.
With Amazon microphones.
With an, you know, yeah. Damn, that one hurt. No, I'm kidding. Nah, hey, you know, but it's like with anything we do, we want to provide quality. We want to, you know, everything from the graphics, the logos that we have, the flyers that we do for the talk show. Man, shout out to Hardcore. He works, you know, I keep him working, you know, pretty much as I do, because I'm like, look, I need this, I need that, you know, I need a flyer for this. Thank God I don't do that many events, you know. So yeah, I mean, but I completed about 60% of my goals for 2023. I haven't wrote out my stuff for next year yet, but I need to do that ASAP. But yeah, I got some shit I want to do. You know, for those that don't know, Latinxhiphop and TDM have a monthly playlist that we do together. That we're going on 3 years now, right? Or 2 years?
I'd say 2.
No, this is the second year that we did it. We did it all last year.
So then we're going into
we're going into year number 3 of actually doing it, and it's grown tremendously.
Yeah.
Cause we got artists from all over the country. Pretty soon, you know, hopefully all over the world. You know, we shout out to Duende and my girl Magali out in Canada. You know, she came down, and you know, after we did our interview on their show, which is called El Life, I was like, damn, I didn't know they had that many Latinos in Canada. You know, they're all over Toronto.
I saw that. I was shocked.
They're from she's from Montreal and he's from Toronto, and so we're planning to build that bridge, you know, with Canada and Texas at least, and you know, hopefully they'll be down for Embrace the Culture this year coming up. They're really good people. They it's crazy because they speak 3 languages. They speak English, French, and Spanish.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they were talking in French. Man, they talking about me. You know, I gotta learn that French. But I appreciated all those experiences, man. You know, we went to the Mexican OT listening party for his latest album. That was dope. Running into Slim Thug, Watts, my boy Lump, Toe Down was in the building. I mean, you name it, they were there. Athena, GT Garza, you know, I mean, who's who was pretty much in the building that day, and it was dope. The interview with Bun B at the White Oak Music Hall, you know, shout out to No Sleeps. They set that up. That was dope. Man, I don't want to leave nobody out. I feel like I don't want to like mess up like that.
Hey, it always happens.
Yeah. That's why I stopped doing the shout out by name, because I was like, I'm gonna forget somebody, man. Shoot, like then the next thing I know, I'm getting a text. Man, hey, that was a great interview, but you know, you forgot about me. Like, man, my bad, man.
Shoot, it happens. It happens. Well, man, besides that, I'm guessing you can't think of anything else. But now, who's somebody that stuck out to you this year? Artist, anybody, a vendor, just anybody that might have stuck out to you this year?
Just one person?
Well, if you can name multiple, you can name multiple.
Yeah. Chop the Father, for sure. Tillo, for sure. The elevation that those guys, you know, again, when I first met them and came up, you know, stumbled upon who they were, it was like, damn, like, okay. And then to see where they're at now, what they're doing is incredible. And I give them, you know, their pride. And I tell them this, you know, that we've had those private conversations where I give them, you know, definitely their props. Who else? As far as artists, I mean, there's a lot of them, man. Honestly, you know, I can, you know, the AB Raps, he's doing his thing. Man, you got me on that one.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a lot, but those two definitely stand out because, like you said, I think there's like levels to it, and like what these guys were able to accomplish, like to do your own show at the White Oak Music Hall and sell it out, like, man. There's not that many that can do that. Yeah. Even those that have 15,000, you know, followers, they can't bring 20 people to a show. Yeah. You know, so so for them to actually do that with less of a following, that just proves that the power of who they are as a person and as an artist. Like they believe in them that much. You know, there's some kind of credibility there that, like, oh, look, if I go to this show, whether they went there to support them because they knew him as a person or because they actually jammed the music, is one thing. But I mean, but either way, they got that support. You know, and so I think, you know, them for sure. I've always appreciated Anna Mays, and I know she was doing a lot at one point, and then She took like a break, and then one of the first things she did when she came back was we did the interview with us with TDM Talk, and then it seems like right after that she just kind of she went on a tour on the East Coast with at Howard University, different universities out there, and she's just been on fire. And then seeing her perform, and I've seen her perform quite a few times, but seeing her perform the other night, I was just in amazement. Like as a fan, like I mean they're friends of ours, but as a fan watching her do her thing, it was just like, yo, she is literally legit superstar, bro. Yeah. Like it's only a matter of time, I think.
I highly agree
with her. Man, I don't know if there's somebody you want to bring up that I'm maybe you know, I said that earlier, you for sure.
Yeah.
My girl here, man, she got her business up and running, so you need a tattoo or piercing, man. You're in the Humble and Kingwood, Atascocita area,
Yeah.
Or all of Houston. I know you can go anywhere, but come support the fam, and get your work done, and man, I'm trying to think who else, honestly, but I mean, it's
Well, now besides artists, then is there somebody that stuck out to you this year?
Me. No, I'm kidding. If I can be a little cocky, I like to thank one person, me.
Me.
As for other than artists, I'm trying to think.
You already mentioned this person, No Sleep. So I feel like they've done so much this year with all the events that they've put together.
Man, shout out to No Sleeps, bro.
Big time.
Like, I can never not give them their flowers because so much that they do behind the scenes that people don't even know about. I just went to their thing they had the other night, the Cypher with the producers and the artist. That was dope. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they continue to do that. I think it's needed in the game. I like that. I was like, let me know, man. I want to help out more than just showing up. I was like, so I'm willing to come out. SA Raps is another guy I want to shout out that I think is slowly elevating his game, and I'm starting to see him. They got the event on the 25th. I think it's this Saturday. The Noche de Parranda, out there in Pasadena. Okay. I'm gonna be there as a special guest. I know by the time this airs, it'll be over with. But yeah, I'm gonna be out there with those guys supporting them. Misery, SA Raps, Jay DeVille. Shout out Jay DeVille. My boy Yandro. It's just good to see that, and being them damn Mexicans, why wouldn't I, go support some Mexicans that are actually, doing their thing in Spanish. I'm trying to think who else, man. Shout out DJ Obedient. I see him really doing his thing. He's TDM official DJ, Teddy Tuesday DJ. He's just all over the place, and then I see him with all these celebrities. It's just. I hate to say, I'm not trying to be cocky, but I'm saying, you get around TDM, you kind of, your stock elevates a little bit, so I'm just letting you know.
It happened to me.
Then when you leave, it kind of plummets, stock market, there's no shade to nobody, man. I got no ill will towards nobody. I fuck with everybody, bro. I as much as I can, it's just a lot of people but those definitely stood out to me this year, and I say that because of what I know of them from before. Mm-hmm. So I'm No Sleeps again, those guys, for sure is DFD Baby Lee. Man, that dude, it's every time I hear something with him on it, it's just like this dude just murders every track he's on, bro. Shout out to DFD Baby Lee, man. God, J Vaz, man. J Vaz for providing the opportunity. I guess we'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah, we'll talk about that soon. Shout out to J Vaz since he got that deal with Gotos. So that was a big deal.
Yeah, big move right there, man.
Hell yeah. So everybody all work together eventually down the road. Like I was telling you earlier, just rise with other people, either your level or higher, whatever, however it goes.
But that's why the traveling aspect was because of that. I wanted to, so I got a talk show, right? I got a podcast, whatever. So now I want to go to somebody else's podcast. I want to do Global Latin Factor. I want to do, this year I did the Global Latin Factor, the Canceled. I did Road Dogs. I did Backstreets. Shout out to Cole. I did Backstreets. Who else did I do? Pura Cultura. Who is? Detrás del micrófono. Shout out to Catra, Cat Ramos, De Jesus, the whole camp over there. I just did the J Vaz one. I felt that was the one that like
Yeah.
I ain't done it yet. That's the one I you know I was like, look, bro, I had to slide him a check. You know, here, bro, can I please get on your show? Nah, I'm kidding. I didn't.
Oh man.
And then now with you, you know, because I know, look, this guy been telling me he want to interview me for
Hey,
about a good year now.
Hey, you know what? Next episode is the interview, so stick around. No, we're gonna get there. We'll get there.
Nah, you're good. You're good. Just, we're calling people out. She started.
Oh, so. Everybody, let's say going down the road.
Don't matter if you're here or not.
But man, yeah, that's about everybody that I can think of as far as like artists. Funny story with Tillo. You know, when I first saw Tillo, I saw him at I think it was at a show. I'm not gonna lie to you, the vibe I got off of them was just, I thought they were like the street rappers, the trap rappers that you always hear.
Yeah.
So he kind of didn't stick out to me at first, if I'm being honest. But it wasn't until, you know, he came out when he dropped his EP. What was it called? Are You Not Entertained or something?
Yeah.
So he dropped that, and I felt like that whole EP was just like fire. And then he's got that song Wild on there. That one was crazy.
Stop on the wild tonight. My man got the kids. I ain't coming home. No, I'm playing. Edit that part out. No. So okay. So Zach, shout out to my boy Zach. And before I forget this, Powder's another one that I see. You know, she was around years ago with Dope House. I mean, you know, Salty Water, Dope House, and then took that, you know, amount of time where she just didn't do anything in there. I even would wonder where she was at. I would like, where is Powder? You know, like bags of cocaine would come out. Hey, this ain't the powder I was looking for. No, but so to see her actually come back out is dope to me. And then I love the song La 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 with Crystal Poppin'. Shout out to Crystal Poppin'. Yeah, man. So she's another one that I love that what she's doing. But yeah, with Tillo, he performed at the back to school drive that we did with Urban Goods. Zach was like, man, put my boy Tillo on the side. But you know, look, cool. Ready to tell him to come out.
Yeah.
Tillo got on stage and started performing, and he started doing these dances that I didn't think he could do. Because if you know Tillo's a big dude.
Yeah.
You know, pause. You know, but. So he started doing these. I don't even know what you call it.
Yeah.
I couldn't even do it. But I was like, man, this dude really, you know, the whole crowd, whoever was there was like entertained.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I was like, your boy got something, bro. And he's like, I told you. And you know, so ever since then, you know, Tillo and the whole QPN, man, JR, shout out to the whole camp, man, my boy Zay, all those guys, man, you know, they're really dope. Man, shout out to Zay. Zay is one of those that, he's one of the few that'll reach out to me, bro, and like check on me, you know. And I feel bad that I don't do the same as often with him, you know. And but I get that a lot. I'm like, man, you know, like damn, I wish I could call. Like if I showed you my contact list, it's like over 900 people, and I've deleted people. I was like, bro, imagine trying to call, you know, everybody. Hey, how you doing? You okay? Good. All right, I'll call you back.
Good.
But yeah, so you know. But now I didn't know that about the Tillo thing, which is the story. That's crazy.
That was my introduction to him. I thought, like I said, I thought he was gonna be like can't think of no one specifically, but I thought he was gonna be that trap rapper that you know. Yeah. And I didn't think he was gonna be somebody that stuck around really, you know.
Yeah.
So, but and then speaking of QPM, JR, man, I know he only dropped like 2-3 songs this year, and they weren't even on streaming service. I kept getting on him. I'm like, when you gonna drop it? When you gonna drop it? He just did music videos for them. I don't know if you heard him. I think one of them was called Questions, and I can't remember the other one. It's got like a little mic drop. But nah, he said he was working on an album, but I don't know when that's coming out. So
that's the same thing with Tillo. He did the video to Blackout.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's the song? I love that song. I'm like, why is it not on Apple or Spotify or anything? Like, no, I don't know. Or they're waiting to drop the EP or whatever he's dropping. I'm like, man, hurry up. Now I don't even want to hear it no more.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm kidding. That's my shit, though, you know.
Nah, I think he said December 1st, actually, for this next EP or album he's got coming out.
Dope.
So I'm looking forward to that one. But, man, other than that, I don't know who else we can think of at the moment. I don't know if you pay attention to any other artists outside of Houston. Maybe somebody you don't have a connection like you do with the people you name, Animes, Tillo, and Chop. I don't know if there's somebody that stuck out to you.
I know upon meeting the work that Chop and them did with Viva Mezcal,
Uh-huh.
and then seeing them perform and embrace the culture, like I'm a fan now. I'm just like my boy Navy Jones.
Navy Jones Locker.
I love Navy Jones is dope to me, bro. Like
yeah.
he's live.
He said something at the beginning of every song. He goes, what do you say? He goes, there's a saying he says at every song. I can't fucking remember, but if you listen to that Undertaker versus Kane album, you hear it.
That Modelos and Popeyes is my shit,
yes,
bro.
that's what I've been telling Chop.
Man.
I was like, that one's crazy.
I wanted to get my gun and ride out, bro. Like who we going to get? Like,
Yeah.
No, this guy named Rio out of Washington, Seattle, the area.
Chicago.
Seattle. I want to say he's out of Seattle, in that Washington area.
Mm-hmm.
He's dope. I think he's dope. We almost kind of came to where he was gonna come perform and embrace the culture. So maybe we'll do it next year.
Was Rio the one we put on the playlist?
Yeah, he's been on the playlist before. Yeah,
Okay.
he goes by on Instagram as Yo Soy Rio.
Okay.
He does the reggaeton, music and stuff like that. He's De Jesus. That's another one. That his album Busca Quien Te Explique, the volume. He's working on volume 2 now. He's one that I was like, yo, his music was dope. That Que Lo Que remix with Catra and Cat, bro. That Alian, shout out to Alian. Yo, that was crazy, dog. I was like, y'all gotta perform that shit, please.
Man, that's a hit record for real right there. They need to push that like crazy.
That's facts, bro. Facts. So, the more we talk, the more people just start to like.
Yeah, everybody down the road. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if I don't know if you can think of anybody else. But
out of town. I like we talked about him before, but I don't know where he's from. Danny.
Danny V.
Danny V.
He's from Cali. I don't know where in Cali, but he's from Cali somewhere.
Now he's dope. He's one that I stumbled upon that I was like, well, because of the playlist.
Yeah.
That's how we kind of like. How I learn about new music, because like you're really in. That's how I give you props. But we always say that shit about you. Like when I talk to anybody, like I don't know how you keep up with all that shit, because that's like But again, I think people say that about me with what I do. But with you do what you do with the music, it's like, bro, you just have your ear damn near everywhere. But we had people from all over the country on our playlist. So I'm starting to see the connections more and more from Cali are starting to pop out.
Man, there's a lot, man. We'll be putting more on the playlist once. Like, I know there was this one girl from New York called Jenny Jen. We put her on the playlist once so far. I can't remember the name of the song, but that song was crazy. I thought it was dope as hell. And then like Danny V, how we just talked about, there's a guy named R Soul who works with Danny V, who's pretty dope. Who else? There's that Alex Gill guy.
Yeah,
he's from Chicago, I think.
I messaged him the other day because he actually submitted the last playlist we did. He sent. Well, I don't know if he sent it to you too, but I know he sent it to me as well. And I went to go listen to it. And I was like, and I messaged him right back. Like, and I started listening to more of his music. I said, "Yo, bro, you got some dope shit." And he was like, "Oh, thank you, bro." Like, man, I just love stumbling upon, man.
Hell yeah.
Amazing Ike is an artist that we're working with that. He's gonna be dropping some shit pretty soon, man.
Do you want to talk about that?
We can.
You're the artist.
Yeah, right now or on the next one?
Well, right now we can start talking about it right now.
Yeah, fuck it, man.
Let's go.
Sorry.
So we haven't announced it yet, but I guess I'm gonna give my man the exclusive.
Right here, worldwide.
3 of the artists that we are gonna be working with for the rest of this year, and of course going into 2024 is of course Amazing Ike, Type Shit, and Mike Garza.
Mike Garza?
Mike Garza too. I didn't tell. I thought I told you. Damn, my bad. Yeah, shout out to my boy Miggity, man. We got to chop it up while we was in Dallas, and just prior, having conversations, and so he's definitely. Those are 3 right now that are on the books for sure, and of course Cuban Diva was a part of that. Chop is, they're family, so we continue, There ain't no favoritism, we fuck with everybody, bro. Like, but we're starting the TDM entertainment aspect of it, so we'd like to have our own artists that we can grow and help develop and help get them, more visibility. Yeah. Because I think that's what I think that the brand that we have, I think we do that really well. We can get eyes on your product. That's why people offer to pay. Like, hey, share my song. Like, no, it sucks. Like, no, I'm kidding. Or share my concert or whatever. Like, nah. But yeah, so definitely Amazing Ike. This guy can sing, rap, type shit. She's been in the game for a minute. Took a little break, but she's ready to get back to work.
Man, when she gets on that R&B shit, that's
you
crazy.
got no idea,
man.
Bro.
I can only imagine.
Man, we talk pretty much every day, and just on I talk with all of them pretty much. But I mean, the shit they send me and the shit that I don't want to give too much, but hey, they got some music coming.
So it's type shit. Mike Garza and
Amazing
Ike. That's it, just those three?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Damn, that's dope.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's
just another hat to wear. It's like,
you're gonna be super busy for real.
I love it though, man. I mean, we already kind of do it anyway. We promote for everybody as it is, but now it's time to be a little bit selfish, and kind of like concentrate and focus on something we can do, because what we want to eventually be is a one-stop shop multimedia agency. We can develop artists of all genres. Like, we eventually want to have bands, grupos, reggaeton artists, shit like that, man. Anything to everything that if you do music, we would love to eventually be able to sign, more artists to the label, and provide multiple opportunities. And everything is in-house, the films, the clothing line, modeling, who knows, man? You just never know that what one thing can lead to.
Exactly.
You use the music as a gateway to something else. I always say that to artists. You don't want to just be stuck in a box and be like, well, I just want to do music. Well, there's not really no money in music like that. That's why I encourage artists to have merchandise to sell. Do something else, because let's be honest, who's really paying artists to perform these days?
Exactly.
But I mean, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, so shout out to Amazing Ike type shit and my boy Mike Garza. We got some work. We got some work coming in.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And then you have this is gonna drop before that. You have the toy drive coming up.
Yes.
So if you want to get a little more into detail, I know you brought it up earlier.
Mrs. Claus here. She's gonna dress like an elf.
You're gonna pass out the gifts.
No. I already said it. It is on December 3rd at Spindle Tupperware. Cuban Diva will be hosting.
Yep. Shout out to Cuban Diva. She. One thing about Cuban Diva, bro, is like she's been in the game. So she's a natural at what she does. She does interviews. It's effortless. They got Hip Hop Live show with shout out to Anthony and my boy G. They got Hip Hop Live that they do. But you put her in an interview, she could knock it out. She get up on stage. She performed a hell of a performance at Embrace the Culture. She's a hell of an artist. Just a good person all around to have in your corner. And someone that can, and someone that's gonna be honest with you, man. If I need to know some honesty, I just like, hey, what do you think of this? And I'm like, don't bullshit me. I can take it. I'm okay. If it sucks, tell me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he or she needs work, type of thing. Or no, that's ugly or whatever. But yeah, and then the connections that we all have. I mean, it's like, why not use them to help each other out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She's a whole vibe.
Yeah.
I had never seen her in person. We had just
Yeah.
I think she talked to me about a tattoo or something. Like, she's always busy too.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get a schedule.
She told me today that she wants a tattoo. I told her I was, taking you to the
toy drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at Embrace the Culture, she just comes up to me. She's like, "Hey," like if she knew me from forever. I was like, "Hey, I don't talk that much, so."
But she's like that. Like if she knows you're down with me, you're pretty much down with her too. Yeah, because that's just how she is, And I'm the same way. Anybody she introduced me to, it's like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, whatever you need, it's just this industry, you got to have good relationships with people.
Yes.
That's why it's so important to not burn bridges unless you're really willing to just say fuck it. Because once you burn that bridge, especially with me, it is a wrap.
I'm going to send you this one podcast episode. I'm going to give a shout out to Studio 1017.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with them. I think they stay in Pasadena. They have a podcast. They have this one episode with this one guy. Can't even remember his name, but I can find you the episode. But he speaks deep into relationships. And the gems he threw in there were just crazy, and I'm gonna send it to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So, but have you heard of Studio 1017? They got 3 podcasts. It's one studio and 3 podcasts. It's This and Much More, Posted, and Entre Nos. And
I might have seen them. The Post and Entre Nos sounds familiar.
So Posted, it's got Robbie Rob on there. Are you familiar with Robbie Rob?
Okay, yeah.
So he's a part of that show.
Okay.
But everybody else might be new to you. Maybe, I don't know.
I think that's one. So I have this like list of podcasts that I haven't done yet. You know, Robbie Rob. I don't know if Robbie Rob still has his show or does his show.
Toy Drive coming up. You have.
The Toy Drive is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be. We have live performances, just like think of if you went to Embrace the Culture, think of it the same way. Except now it's for a good cause. You know. We have. I'm wondering if I can. Should I announce the lineup? I can announce.
Man, that's all up to you. More to it.
Let me give you all the lineup. We have Self-Made Breezy, Amazing Ike, Dead Sensu, Papo, Chicano Vega, Mike Garza, Mark Drew, Two Tone, Prince Zay, Type Shit, Powder, and Tillo.
Damn. Tillo again, huh?
Look,
Tillo's a man.
I'm gonna tell you what's funny about that. I wasn't even gonna ask him, bro, because I think when I ask too many, I guess favors or whatever, you know, I'm like, I don't want to even ask him. It's just a toy drive. I'm cool because I think did he do the last? Yeah, he did the last toy drive. Yeah, he did. He hits me up out the blue.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm ready for the toy drive. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm performing. He goes, I got clean music too. I was like, oh shit. I was like, damn. So he's really prepared.
Oh wow.
I said, well, I can't tell Tillo no. You know what? Fuck, come on, bro. I wasn't trying to have too many artists, but man, fuck it, man. It's a celebration, man. We gonna come out there, have fun. You know, we got Prince A, we got different artists.
You said Prince A.
Yeah, Prince A. Yeah. We've been trying to lock in and doing I'm a fan of Prince A. I like his music.
Hell yeah.
I've never seen him before, but I'm actually excited, for that, because of the music he does. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it's gonna be dope. We got 28 vendors.
Well, how many did you have in Embrace Culture?
Probably about the same.
About the same, okay.
What I did was I offered the ones that did embrace the culture. I said, look, you ain't even got to pay. Just if you want to stick around and stay for this, you can. If not, that's fine. And then we added. So some couldn't do it. So we added some new ones. So
you got Hidden Garden? Yeah,
Hidden Garden will be
okay, because last time, I don't know if you watched all the interviews, but I told him I was going to get a plate after. Yeah. So when I was done with the interviews, I go get a plate. We're all sold out. Oh, man. And he goes, where do you stay? Where do you stay? I go, I stay right there in Humble. He's like, oh, because they're all the way out there in Pasadena. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll catch you again sometime.
So he's one that I do want to shout out as far as brands or vendors or whatever you want to call it. And I don't even want to call him a vendor because he's a business owner. He owns his own truck. He asked me to come and be a part of an event he had. Actually, we did an episode of, correct me if I'm wrong, J Vaz, but I think it's the most watched episode of Tacos and Tequila that he's had. It had over like 2,000 views, and it was J Vaz, myself, and Ruben Rich Kid. And Trap Visions actually shot the footage, and so that was an event he had in Pasadena, and that was dope. So I appreciated that. And then he asked me and J Vaz to co-host an event at Activo Houston for his, I want to say it was like the 2-year anniversary or the 1 year. I'm sorry, Roger. But yeah, it's either the 1 or 2 year anniversary, right? So
is that the one that had Miss Gold?
Yeah, Miss Gold ended up pulling up, man. Shout out to Miss Gold, who, by the way, will be at the toy drive as well as a special guest. Miss Gold, Channel Lee, Andy Yola. We got Queen Eileen from San Antonio coming out as a special guest. You never know who else might show up, so you don't want to miss it. But yeah, shout out to Roger at Hidden Garden, man. He's definitely done his thing with his business and how much he's gotten out there, man. And the food is good. Yeah. I've had it before. I didn't have it at Embrace the Culture either. I told him, I said, bro, I'm going to need to come get some tacos. And I just forgot. Another vendor actually fed me. They gave me some flautas, some rice and beans, and I probably ate 1 or 2, and then I got to run around. But yeah, he was like, at the end of the night, he's like, I was sold out. And that's what I want to hear. When you come do my events, I want to hear, I sold out. I sold out. Like, that just means that I had people there, real consumers. Yeah. Not 25, 30 rappers waiting to perform and they don't buy shit from the vendors. Nah, these are actual people that come to the events and are willing to spend money on your product, you know. So we got 2 trucks. There's the Hidden Garden and Tiki something. I can't remember the name, and I'm sorry, y'all. Tiki Taco, something like that. We actually have a young lady who's going to be doing massages there, too.
Oh, shit.
So if you want a massage, come to the toy drive. You're going to get it. Ain't free now. It ain't no happy ending, but you guys come get you a darn... it's a kid-friendly event. Bring the kids. Got a moonwalk. Shout out to Christy. She's going to be doing face painting for the kids. Yeah, so it's no excuse. Ain't no, well, I got the kids. Bring them.
Let the kids go. Go spend some time.
That was my thing. I was like, I have my kids. Oh, I don't care. It's a kid friend. Okay, I'll be there.
And then they can run around because it's so much space, but it's enclosed. Yeah. Like, you know, it's especially that grassy area. That's where we're gonna have the moonwalk, and it's gonna be, you know, we're trying to find something else to see what we can add to the event. But I think that's plenty right there as it is. So,
are you gonna be tattooing there again?
We'll see.
It's a surprise. You gotta come and find out.
You gotta come and find out.
I like
either
that.
Tattoos, piercings. I don't know.
I'm telling you, every time I walked by her tent and Embrace the Culture, it was a line.
Yeah.
I couldn't even see anybody.
Because I was charging my phone in her tent. And I kept going to check on my phone, and at one point I left it there for about an hour, and that thing wasn't even charging. It was like not plugged right. I don't want to say. I don't want to say whose fault it was.
I was busy and I didn't check.
So I plugged it back in and went and came back, and
I was that busy I couldn't even plug it.
Oh, Kat Ramos is another one. The different styles that she does is insane. Oh, yeah. Like she can rap, she can do the Spanish, you know. Performance wise too, she kills it. I mean, I love her.
A whole vibe too.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice people.
Okay, yeah, slowly remembering a little bit here.
Yeah, it's all starting to come out now.
It's coming to it. There, so you can like get all of it.
Look, if I've had you at my events, more than likely I was a fan in some aspect because I don't really just put anybody on my shows. I try not to, at least not anymore. Especially this was the first year where we really were picky with who we. I don't want to say picky, but we were more selective with who we actually chose because we wanted people who actually had movement, people who had motion, who had been working hard, and I felt deserved to be on that stage because I don't take it lightly with what I do. You know, I want to provide the utmost professionalism and try to do everything as best as possible, you know. So
it was compromise too, like people showing up.
And yeah. So
okay, and then sure, I don't know if you want to talk about what Mr. Miyagi said.
Oh yeah,
you want to get into that?
So look, y'all getting all the exclusives today.
All the exclusives.
So the big, some of y'all may have seen. I've seen some of y'all following the page already. It's the page called The Hype HTX. So it's a brand new show that I'm partnering with J-Vaz. So the J-Vaz show, TDM Talk, is coming together and bringing you a whole new show called The Hype.
But there is still TDM Talk, though,
There's still TDM Talk, and there's still the J-Vaz show. Now we're just combining forces to host a whole new show.
Okay.
You know, we're doing it, one, to provide great conversations about different topics where it's not really just we're just interviewing people, because we already do that. He does that, I do that. A lot of times the same people we're interviewing. We want to actually have topics, and we'll be posting the topics online, and you can chime in with the comments, and eventually we'll end up going live where we able to chat with the people and have those conversations, like, you know, like one of the I'm gonna give one of the questions. Sorry, Mr. Miyagi. I'm sure he's gonna be laughing his ass off when he sees this. So one of the questions that I said was like, okay, if as a man you propose to your girlfriend and she says no, is it over?
Dang, I thought it was.
You think it would?
I thought it was. Like, I thought it was just like something that you knew by.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I mean, I never heard of anybody in that situation, but now I'm curious. You know, you see videos online where that does happen. I'm always like, can we see after? Because like, I'm really curious how this guy's gonna handle
That's
it.
That's true. I never thought about it. Like, what if I say no and then I still, because I'm not ready, but I could be ready like in a year or so.
Okay. So.
Damn.
So we had this. Matter of fact, after I did my Corey Rodriguez interview, J-Vaz was interviewing Slow Life. Shout out to Slow Life, by the way, and you know, Rolly, the whole LVD crew. So Rolly and Migo were sitting outside in the little lobby area. So I sit down and chop it up with them, and I'm talking about the hype show. So I tell them that question. When I tell you I got 2 different answers, and then Migo sat up. Migo was in the chair leaning back, and he was like, "Wait a minute," and he was thinking really hard about it. Like, "Oh, but what about this?" And now, okay, let's say, and just for an example, you've been with you got a girlfriend. You've been together 5 years. You propose to her, and she says no. What is it over? You stay with them? And I'm telling you, there's people that have said, "No, I'm gonna stay with them and wait it out and see what happens." Me personally, no. You tell me no, I'm gone. Like, all right, bye. I might ask why, but like me, because I think Migo said, "Well, I would want to know why." I'm like, "Why though? Why would it matter?" She already said no. Yeah. The reason don't matter. But then I say, you know what? You're right. I would still like to know what the reason is. Because if after 5 years you feel you're not ready, then what? 10, 6, 7, 8, 9 years? What? 20 years? I mean, by then,
you're just wasting.
Yeah, you're really just wasting time.
Yeah.
So there's questions like that, Also, like, why do us as minorities, meaning Latinos and blacks, why we don't take our health more seriously? Mm-hmm. And because the way we eat is terrible. Yeah. But we seem to not give a shit. I'm diabetic, so I've been dealing with that a lot lately, man. I done lost a lot. Like I'm under 200 pounds for the first time in over 20 years, 30 years, since like high school. But I've been on a diet. I've been trying to eat right. You see me drinking, water, which I don't really ever do. Soda was my Achilles heel. But it's questions that bring conversation, healthy conversations at that. Because everybody's gonna have different answers. You ask 5 people a question, you're gonna get at least 3 different answers.
Yeah. Now, of course, like right now, you just asking me that. I kind of want to engage with it, and we'll probably be here for another 2 hours and go here for hours. But that's dope though. I look forward to that. By any chance, you got a date or
We're hoping to drop the first episode sometime in December.
December.
I'm not. We should find out more soon. It's just a lot of things have been kind of like in the way. I'm probably gonna push for beginning of the year. I guess start the year off fresh.
Yeah, nice.
But I'm gonna see what my sensei says, Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi.
J-Vaz has been doing this a long time. So I told him this in the interview. I was like, look, why would I not look at what you do and study that and be like, well, let me see what he does differently, and how effortlessly he does it. And he's like, yeah, bro, I've been doing it 7, 8 years or however long, I'm like, I started this year. I don't even have a year under my belt, but I'm a fan of podcasts and interviews and shit like that. So I think it comes somewhat naturally to me.
Yeah. You mentioning J-Vaz right now, I don't know if you've seen previous interviews. There's no stand. Yeah. And he texted me one day randomly. He goes, "You need to stand."
Yeah.
And look what happened.
Oh, so these are his.
Well, they're not his. They're mine, but
his motivation.
Exactly. So, if he's taking a student,
Well, we're part of his dojo now.
Yeah.
He's mentoring us both. We had that conversation about that because I forgot what interview had dropped and y'all were holding
it might have been AB because that's the one he texted me about.
I think it was that one then because I seen it too and I was like and I thought the same. Well, I didn't think like why doesn't he have a mic stand because I usually don't. I'm not trying to be mean when I say I usually don't give a shit when what other people do. I'm like it might be a reason why you do it, why you don't have it like that. I don't know. Yeah. But when he told me that, I was like, yeah, you know what, like that'd be cool. And he's like, yeah. So and he tells me, that you guys talk, and I guess tries to give advice or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, and I love that. I feel like that's what everybody should do. Like Chop hits me up once in a while. You know how I've been doing those videos on TikTok recently. Yeah. He goes, can I give you some advice or can I give you some? I go, man, shoot. I'll take it in, and I accept it.
I get those calls too. Shout out to Chop the Father, man. He'll call me like, if I can just, what does he say? It's a line that he says that he goes, if I can just add one thing or if I can just critique. I say, yeah, shoot, bro, shoot from the hip. Like, when you're not even just in business, right, or the music industry, but just as a person individually, you got to be able to take some kind of constructive criticism. You got to be able to let somebody, especially if they're older and they've kind of, and they got something going for themselves. Because just older doesn't necessarily mean that they're fucking wiser. Because I know a lot of old people that are dumb as fuck and couldn't tell me shit. But I learn a lot from people that are younger than me too. You know, I talk to damn near anybody, and people teach. I learn from people all the time without them even realizing they're teaching me. But when somebody comes to you and tries to give you advice, man, take it, man. You know, or at least take it and kind of like consider it. Don't just shut it off and be like, oh, nah, fuck you, wrong, you know. I mean, that's just my 2 cents on that. So if y'all got advice from me, shoot it my way, because I'm cool with that. You know, I love that, actually. She yells at me all the time.
I need friends like that. I'm new, that's why I always on tips.
That's actually how because she would watch the TDM talk when we go live, and she was loving the camaraderie that we had and how we were promoting brown businesses and brown everything, and we just connected.
That's true. That was exactly
Look, she
the
done
reason
forgot
why.
already. I told you.
Yeah.
No, it's cause they were talking about that, like how
We actually did an interview with we were it wasn't TDM Talk, we were doing Real Talk 100. We were doing an interview with him.
And it was Easy Wireless.
And we done the episode like the next day, and because I remember I told you, I said, you want to come out. Yeah, we did the interview with Real Talk on a Wednesday, and we started DMing each other. I said, well, you know, man, it was funny because I was like, man, you ought to come by the studio one day and just sit in on in an interview and chop it up with everybody. Man, she came the next day.
It was my birthday. I didn't have anything to do, so I was like...
Was that the one with Catra and them, right? Or was that the second one?
No, it was with Catra. It was with them. That's why whenever they invited you, they were like, hey, you can come along, and it all started from there.
We had a good time then. They had people with them there. She's a friend now, Erica. She goes by Energy. I Am Energy. She was there too, behind the scenes, and then she would chime in from behind the camera. We're like, man, you know what? Come over here. At one point, she was the only one sitting in. I said, you know what? You come over here too. We were all behind the
and
the
I
desk.
told them that day, I don't know how to talk.
She told me, she goes, don't call me out. I said, hey girl, come on. You know me. I don't listen anyway. So, but yeah,
you made me do it, and here I am.
That's how it is, man. You know, you gotta eventually just dive in and fuck it, man. Don't be afraid. That's my thing. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because I fucked up plenty of times. I went over the intro of what I was gonna say of TDM Talk 100 times, and I might have still stuttered or not said what I wanted to. So
my thing is, I don't know how to express myself. Usually, it's just like me and the kids or talk to the wall. That's basically it. And I'm very bocha. Like, I'll go like Spanglish. Like, you see a conversation between me and my friends, and it's always like that. So I'm working on just staying on one language and concentrate on.
Well, I'm her Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. So JV, please teach him well. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Well,
no, it's cool, all the connections and everything, and I've been around David, and I've been meeting people. Because honestly, I've been here for like 5 years. I don't have no family, no nothing around. I do have but I don't talk to them as much, so it's kind of like, it's basically me and my kids. So it's been a journey. It's been cool. I'm always working, but I try to be there as much as I can.
One last shout out before I forget, Lulu.
Damn,
Lulu certified. She, she's a vendor, business owner, vendor, whatever you want to call it. But she hosted her first event. It was a poetry night, but like in Spanish. What was it called? Voz Poética, something like that. She had it at Rabbit's Got the Gun. We were originally supposed to do it at Urban Goods, because she asked me, she's like, hey, if I do an event, would you? I said, yeah, whatever you want, because she's always been supportive of the TDM brand from the beginning, from the day one that I met her. So when she threw her event, it was amazing to see all the people out there, man. She drew a crowd. It was her first event. She was so nervous. But they had plenty of poets go up there and recite. Lady Choppa was there, did her poem, and so many people were in the building, man. Sensu and Kika came out, shout out to them. They're another two awesome people, man. That and I forget the music and the business, just as people, they're A1, dog. Like, I tell them, let's go out of town. They're the first ones. Like, let's go.
Let's go.
Just don't do no edibles with them.
I heard that story.
That story.
That's a very traumatic experience in my life.
Oh yeah, but Lulu, she's everywhere.
Yeah, so shout out to Lulu Certified, man. Much love to her. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, shoot, man. Well, thank you for coming out, to my crib and, doing this first episode. So I think this is a long episode. I feel like we're going on 2 hours.
Oh damn, bro.
We might be. I don't know though. I won't find out till I look at that thing.
Damn.
But anyways, man, if you have any last words, the both of y'all want to say anything before we end this?
Ladies first.
Just much love to everyone who has been around. Go get tattoos and piercings with me.
I shouted everybody out pretty much in the interview, man. So, you know, just again, shout out to all those people in my life. You know, shout out to you. Appreciate it. You know, giving us, giving me your time, giving us your time, and just the relationship that we've built over the last few years is been dope. And like you said, the steady ascension has been dope. And man, shout out to everybody, man. You know, just if you out there doing your thing, keep doing it. Don't stop.
Yeah. Sure, man. Well, thank you very much, and hopefully I'll stick around for the next episode. Thank you.